So tell me how the two of you met.
We lived around the corner from each other. I was friends with someone named Patty, and he was friends with Murray Taylor. And Patty said I asked me to come along as a blind date because Patty was interested in that. And we decided, so the four of us got together. And I think we went to the movies. And I did not like Murray at all. And with Dad, I didn't like him either. We were ranking each other out all night.
And you had never met Dad? You never seen Dad before?
No, but our mothers knew each other. I mean, they lived right around the corner from each other. And who would know that... In fact, my mother thought when I mentioned his name that he was actually somebody else that lived on the other street that was around the corner.
I had a friend named Bobby Marks who lives around the block. Looked similar built, generally looked like me, and some people confuse it too.
So she thought that's who I was going to go out with, but that turned out to be Dad.
So, and you didn't like him at all?
I didn't like him at all. I thought he was a real wise guy.
And Dad, what were your first impressions?
I liked her right away because she challenged me. She stuck as many knives in me as I tried to stick in her. So after the evening was over, I said to Murray, "What do you think?" He said, "I don't particularly like Phyllis." I said, "Well, I do. I'll give you Patty's phone number. You give me Phyllis."
So what happened next?
I'm not sure. I'm confused in my mind whether I tried to date you. I think you said no.
I said no the first time.
So you actually called her and said, "You want to go on a date?" You said no?
Yeah, there was between our houses at the corner was a candy store, which is a place where kids often hung out, as we did. And sometime thereafter, I was there to get a soda or something, and I saw Phyllis looking at comic books.
Classics Illustrated, or illustrated classic stories in comic book form.
So I said to her, "You're a pretty silly girl. I mean, why don't you read real stuff instead of this nonsense?" One word led to another, and we fell in love.
One word led to another, and he asked me out again.
And what did you say?
And this time I said yes.
Why did you say yes?
Well, I didn't have any other boyfriend. What the hell? A date's a date.
And what was your first date? Other than the Murray and...
Did we go to that place on Long Island?
You took me to a nightclub.
Yeah, a nightclub on Long Island.
Club Elegant?
No, that was in Brooklyn. That was our wedding, our engagement party.
Okay.
There was a nightclub that a lot of people went. Ben Massa's
Town and Country Club. Okay.
On Long Island, and we went there, and I was very impressed with her inability to drink liquor. She ordered a drink, and within 30 seconds she was drunk.
No. I didn't know what to drink, so I thought about the drinks that my parents had, and one of them was a Singapore Sling. So what do I know? I ordered the Singapore Sling, which is a very strong drink. I drank, not even all of it, but some of it, and I got a little lightheaded, and I got up to go to the ladies' room and walked right into a wall.
Did you see her do that?
Yeah, I figured this is going to be an easy date, you know.
So was this a typical kind of date, like going to this club in Long Island?
No, it was unusual. Most times I would start with going to a movie, or maybe to a movie and after movie diner for a hamburger. That would
so why did you do this place? Like why this time?
There was something special about Phyllis that induced me to do it that way. I made a bad mistake.
Clearly.
All these years
63 years later, I found out.
He's still wrong.
So Dad clearly liked you from the start, and you. What made you change your mind?
I don't know, because when I came home that night, and my mother said with the first day, My mother said to me, "Did you have a good time?" I said, "No, I did not." He was the last person on earth that I would consider marrying.
Seriously, you said that?
I seriously said it.
So what happened next?
I don't know.
Someone brainwashed
I didn't
you?
stop.
I had other dates. I didn't. No, nothing. They were going nowhere.
I tried again. I
So-
called.
So when you got, Mom obviously didn't have a good time after that date. Did you have a good time?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you were willing to try again.
I was.
And did you know that Mom had a bad time? Or was she
No, I
polite?
thought she loved me madly.
So what happened next?
And then we started to date.
So what changed for you? Like, how did you go from thinking he was, what did you say?
When I didn't have any other.
So that was really all it was.
Thanks. All these years, I finally find out I was a substitute for everybody else.
But as we began to date,
His true colors came out.
well, I saw another side of him. I saw that he really was not what he pretended to be. He just wasn't a comedian. He was very bright and somebody that I could converse with, and on a very different level. That's when it all began to change.
And how long between then and the time you both realized it was marriage material?
Dad wanted to get engaged. It was after a year,
About a year. I would say about a year.
but we.
I was running. I was about to become a senior in college when we started to date a little bit more frequently. And in fact, I ran for president of the graduating class. And Mom, who was an artist, able to paint and draw stuff, I asked her to be my my PR person for my election, and she made some posters. It described them. Do you remember them?
Not very well.
They were mice or something, monkeys, rabbits, some animals.
I don't remember.
And you don't have a picture of them?
I don't have a picture of it.
And there were 7 people running for president. I came in second. The person that beat me out was somebody from the athletic department who got all of the votes of everybody from the athletic department. I didn't have that kind of power group, so I came in second.
This was Brooklyn College?
Brooklyn College. Murray Tandler was my manager. She was my PR person.
Yeah, I did the posters, but I can't really remember them.
And were you working?
I know one of them was across the seas each. No,
I will say this. I thought Phyllis,
each Hollander was saying vote for Ollander or something like that.
I thought Mom was one of the
Real
most,
corny stuff.
I thought Mom was one of the most beautiful women I had ever met. And there were 2 things that were also, we really had good conversations about small things and big things. And there was a part of her that was very special. It was able to look into the heart of things, the nature of things that I had never come across in any other young lady that I had dated.
Well, he's talking about insight. I had insights.
Yeah.
I was able to see the inner nature of things, whether it was things or people.
Yeah.
I would make comments about my observations, and he was very impressed with me.
I wrote something recently where I said Mom had a generosity of soul. There was something.
I never sat in judgment.
There was a light inside of her, a moral light that I have not found in most other people.
That's sweet.
Okay. But of course, now that I find out that I was number 18 on a list of people that were going out with, that light just went
I
out.
didn't go out with that many guys. Give me a break, will you?
You see, Rob, you just broke up a wonderful marriage.